What's up, guys? It's now been over a year since the start of 2 weeks to slow the spread. This time last year, I weighed 247 pounds. Today, I weigh 198. This video is for people who want to know how I did it. I'm a very lazy person. I've been working on my computer for my entire life. I wake up in the morning, I sit in front of the computer, I go to sleep at night, and then I repeat the same thing for the rest of the day. I've been doing this for a long time. I know a lot of you, because of this past year with the lockdowns, have just started living their lives this way. And you all have gained weight. So how did I lose weight? Well, it's actually pretty simple. And it's important to note that I'm lazy. I don't like to exercise. So generally I don't. But first thing I want to talk about is equilibrium. Equilibrium, you can consider it a small form of calorie counting. So they say on average a person should eat about 2,000 calories a day. If you start eating 4,000 calories a day, but you're only expending 2,000 calories in energy throughout that day, that extra energy, those extra calories have to be stored somewhere, and they're stored in your body in fat stores. That's what they are. But notice you won't gain weight forever. You'll gain weight until it takes 4,000 calories to live your life. And the reason why, even if you don't change your lifestyle at all, it's going to take more and more energy to run your life, because the fatter you are, the more energy it takes to move your fat ass around. And that'll be the point at which you hit equilibrium. That could be close to 300 pounds. And that's why you'll eventually stop gaining weight. The same goes for losing weight. If you're living on a 4,000 calorie life and then you drop to 3,000 calories, your body will still need that 4,000 calories. So in order to get that extra 1,000 calories, it will start digging into those fat stores. And that's where you start burning that fat off. And eventually, you will stop losing weight because you will have reached equilibrium, because now your body will only take 3,000 calories since you've lost weight, and it doesn't take as much energy to move your fat ass around. That will be equilibrium. So for me, losing weight has been very much about lowering my equilibrium point. And the first thing I did was cut my dinners in half. Now, I live in New Jersey. We have the best Italian food. We have the best pizza. New York can suck it. Our pizza's better. We have just excellent food, great diners. New Jersey, I've been around the country a lot. New Jersey, I love the food here in New Jersey. So it's hard. But just cutting your dinners in half. In America, we have huge dinners. Our portion sizes are gigantic. So if I order from a pizza shop, order a nice bolognese, I'll cut it in half. I'll only eat half of it, and I'll save the other half for dinner later in the week, maybe the next day. Maybe I will share the dinner with somebody else. Whole point is just cutting your dinners in half will cut your calorie intake by about 800 to 1,000. That's a lot. You do that for a few months, you'll easily have lost anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds. I will say though, this is the hardest step. It really is. Cutting your dinner will make going to sleep harder at night. For at least the first month, you're going to go lie in bed, your stomach's going to be rumbling. You need to resist the temptation to get up and check your fridge. You just need to go hungry. That first month is going to be hard. Now, what you can do is you can try to alleviate those temptations. You can move your dinner back an hour, and this will make it so that you won't be hungry around the time you're going to sleep. You'll be hungry in the morning instead. What you can also do is make sure your fridge is empty so you don't have a midnight snack to nosh on. Very important. Just reduce your dinner intake. And like I said, you'll be hungry for the first month. Eventually, your body will get used to it. You'll get used to eating smaller meals. And once that happens, you can start reducing the size of your other meals as well. I said before, I live a sedentary lifestyle. I sit in front of the computer. For fun, I play video games and I watch TV. So this is all about min-maxing your intake and expenditure. So because I don't have a very active lifestyle, I don't need a big breakfast either. I don't need that burst of energy in the morning that you get from having a big breakfast. So my breakfast usually consists of either a protein bar or an instant oatmeal packet. Small amount of calories, I guess around 100 to 200, depending on which one I choose. It's not a lot. Like I said, I don't need a lot of energy throughout the day. I'm not an active person. For lunch, try not to have lunch too often. I'll either have water, or if I'm really hungry sometime during the day, I'll have a protein shake. Again, low calories, don't need a lot of energy. And notice I haven't spoken about changing what I eat yet, just the quantity of what I eat. That's the first step. You can worry about what your diet is after you've gotten used to eating less. I'm not a cook, so generally everything I eat is made elsewhere, whether I'm going to pick up food or I'm going to have food delivered. For dinner these days, like I said, I've been doing this for about a year now. So about half a year ago, well, not half, maybe a few months ago, I started changing my dinners. Instead of constantly going out for food or getting some delivery, what I instead am doing is meal prepping. I get my meal prep from cleaneatsmealprep.com. They serve the tri-state area here, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and I think Connecticut. But this is a good portion. This is a good size. And I'll just have one of these for dinner. It's a good portion, good amount of food. It fills me up. I've gotten used to eating this small portion. And this says it's only 300 calories. I don't believe that. I think it's more like 500 or 600 calories. But if all I'm eating is a power bar, which would be around 200, a shake, which is about 200, and a meal prep, which is about 600, that's 1,000 calories in a day. That's not a lot. So doing that, I've just added more possible avenues of weight loss because I've reduced my calorie intake. But like I said, I'm only lost about 1 pound a week because I'm not overdoing it. I didn't do all of this at once. I added a thing. Every few months, I added another thing. I started with cutting meals. Then I cut the next meal. Then I cut the next meal. Now I'm doing healthier meals. Now, when it comes to diet, the first thing you should consider doing is cutting out sugar. Yeah, you can cut out carbs as well, but I'm not too concerned about that. Sugar is the most important part. Do not eat any food that says low fat on it or no fat, fat-free. Don't eat that because the majority of natural flavor that comes out of food comes from its natural fats. And when you get rid of the natural fats in food, in order to retain flavor in that food, you have to pump it full of sugar. And the amount of sugar that they have to pump in to get the flavor back is far worse than the amount of fat that was in the food in the first place. And all that sugar will get converted to fat anyways, and it'll be converted into more fat than the fat you would have eaten to begin with. So do not eat anything with fat-free, sorry. Don't eat sugary drinks. I got rid of sodas. I don't even drink Sprite anymore. I got rid of juices. I just drink water and, of course, occasionally a protein shake. Water. Drink a lot of water throughout the day. If you're hungry, sometimes just chugging a bottle of water will be enough to keep you satisfied. Now, everything that I've outlined here is probably responsible to 40 pounds of the nearly 50 pounds I've lost. But there's one more thing I added, and that is walking in the morning. I have a nice park next to my house. So I get up in the morning, I put my shoes on, and I walk for an hour. I run a loop of my park. It's about 3 miles. Now, I'm walking. I'm not running. I'm not even jogging. And unless it's really hot outside, I barely even break a sweat. Walking, I don't think I'm losing a lot of weight in this walk. This walk isn't really about expending more calories. This walk is about building up a schedule and getting my blood flowing and my metabolism kickstarted for the rest of the day. Being on a schedule will make you sleep easier. It'll just make you feel better throughout the day. Getting your blood flowing will give you a kickstart of energy throughout the day. So I don't need a big breakfast anymore because the walk is enough for me. And the walk keeps me on schedule, makes it easier to go to sleep at night as well because of that schedule. Now that walk, like I said, it's only about 3 miles. I'm lazy. I don't want to put a lot of effort. I don't go to the gym. I keep it simple. So, get rid of sugars, reduce your calorie intake, cut your meals in half. And of course, the most important step in losing weight is simple. And it's something Milo defined many years ago when he was still doing his college tours. Shame. Really, shame. Have people make fun of you. Don't get mad when people say you're fat, because you're fat. Shame. It works. If you're not ashamed of how you are, how your lifestyle is, how fat you are, why would you ever work to better yourself? You work to better yourself because you are ashamed of how your life is. You know something needs to change. So be ashamed. All right. So like I said, it's very simple. Small things I changed. It wasn't very radical. It's not a radical change in lifestyle. Okay, that's a lie. It was a radical change in lifestyle, but it wasn't in a radical move. I didn't do it all at once. I added things on one by one over the course of an entire year. In fact, you can only do one thing and just stick with it. Do that one thing for as long as you can. And if you notice you stopped losing weight, then you can add another thing. The moment you hit that equilibrium point, that's when you're going to start min-maxing a new thing to change in your life. You don't have to do it all at once. Keep it simple. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Non-political video this week. I did shave my face. I know it doesn't look good. This was a mistake. I'm not going to do it again. Speaking of that, you want to lose half a pound? Shave your head. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.